guys, it's me, Tommy, and I'm back again, but this time I'm going to be showing you guys two cute back-to-school hairstyles for your little girl or girls. I'm going to be doing two hairstyles on my niece and my cousin, so let's get right down to it. So for my niece's hair, she wanted me to add a little bit of extensions to her hair. So the products that I'm going to be using is some jam, a comb, a brush, some little jewels, and then of course some Kankalon hair, which I got from my beauty supply store. Is about $1.99 a pack. So you start on freshly washed hair, and in order to create the hairstyle I did on my niece, I did part her hair into two sections, and I started working with the back first, and then I'm going to work my way to the top. So for the bottom section, you're going to part it in half, and then you're going to gather the rest of the hair that you're not using on the top with the scrunchie. I'm going to add some jam to her roots, and then I'm going to add the extensions, and I'm going to braid down. Now the bottom portion of this hairstyle is very simple. All I'm doing is just braiding down until I'm completed with the bottom portion of her hair. I'm not doing feeder braids for the back portion of her hair. I'm just blatantly just adding extensions onto each little section of her hair and braiding all the way down to the bottom. And then I'm also adding hair to each braid so I can get the thickness that I want for each individual braid. So use your own discretion when adding hair to each section of the braid. Now that the back section is done, this is what it looks like. It's just simple cornrows going straight down to the bottom. Now when we're working our way to the top, I decided that I wanted to do a nice cute zigzag part. So I'm going to part her hair off to the side first, just one straight part, and then I'm going to follow up with doing a zigzag part. So after making the parts that I want, I'm going to add some jam to those parts. And the reason why I do this is so that my parts can be more defined and I can get a better view of the way it looks. Also like the way the braids look nice and slick when you add jam to it. So I'm going to part opposite from where one of the diagonals of the zigzag is. I'm going to part in a diagonal way against one of the zigzags. And then I'm going to start my feeder braids by braiding her natural hair first and then eventually feeding in some extensions. Now, if this is your first time learning how to do feeder braids, don't worry, I will show you up close how you can do feeder braids, but for now I'm just going to speed it up just a little bit so you guys can just see the process that I'm doing when it comes to her braids. So I'm adding the extensions in it, I'm gathering the extension in her hair, and I'm going to continue to braid down until I get to the thickness that I want. Again, making a diagonal part opposite from the zigzag, I'm going to create my other braid, and I'm just going to keep doing that to the front of her head. I think I did about 5 or 6 braids. Braiding her hair, adding extensions along, and just braiding all the way down. I think this hairstyle is very appropriate for a child her age. She's 11 years old. Actually, her and my cousin are both 11. So I think this is really appropriate for, I think they're in 6th grade, for 6th graders. So it doesn't look blatantly that they're wearing extensions. It actually looks like it's really natural when you do a feeded method for a child this age. So as you can see, I'm just doing my diagonal parts there. I'm braiding it, I'm adding in extensions, and then braiding all the way to the bottom. Now on the opposite side, I'm going to go the opposite way, diagonal parting against the zigzag, and I'm going to start with the middle section first and then just go left and then go right. So I'm going to braid just the middle braid, what the middle braid would be, and then I'm going to braid on the left side and then on the right side to complete this style. Again, I'm adding Again, I'm adding jam to the roots of her hair, and I'm just braiding down. So a great way for you guys to do the feeder method is to have your little assistant help you out, have them gather the hair for you, and to feed the braid in, you'll just have your little assistant give you one part of the braid, the extension, have them hold the opposite side of the extension, and then you braid down, and then after you finish braiding down, then you release the extension that the little one is holding, and you just braid in with the rest of the hair. So that's a great way for you guys to do the feeding method, and also you can get your little girl involved with your hairstyle as well. She feels like she helped. So just adding the extension with it, having your little one hold the opposite end of the extension. You're going to loop the other side of the extension underneath the braid. You're going to braid it a little bit down, and then you're just going to release. So that's how you do a feeder braid in, and that's how it looks really natural and it doesn't really blatantly look like they have extensions in their hair. And I think it just looks really cute and neat when you do this hairstyle. So definitely offer to have your little one help you out. It's going to help you out, and also they're going to feel like they've helped out. So once the style is complete, I then added some jewels because she loved the way I added the jewels to her cousin's hair. I'm going to link it on the top so you guys can see how I did her cousin's hair. And voila, the style is finished. You're going to dip the ends in some hot water to help seal it, and that's it. Now, the way she's been rocking this style, she's actually been rocking it towards the side in a nice cute little braid, which I love and her mom loved as well. I didn't get a nice daylight shot because I did finish her hair. I did her hair right after I came home from work, so it was dark outside, so I couldn't get an outdoor shot, but this is how the completed style looks. Looks nice and neat and natural. And I actually did this hairstyle about 2 weeks ago, and she's still rocking it and it still looks good. And her mom says it's literally the best thing ever because all she does is wake up, get dressed, and go. So this is one cute hairstyle you guys can do for your young one going back to school. Now we're gonna work on my cousin's hair. She has thicker hair. Her hair is super thick and long, so I'm not adding extensions to her hair. Her hairstyle, I'm gonna actually put her hair in a braided ponytail. Again, I'm gonna start with the middle section and I'm gonna braid it in half because it's just helpful for me to just know how I'm working with her hair, especially since she has a lot of hair. Also keep in mind that both girls are tender-headed, but I tried my best not to braid their braids too tight. So I had to take my time when braiding both of their hair. So with this hairstyle, I did more of an S part. So I did a S kind of parting to it, added jam to the roots, and then just braided her hair along the S pattern. And then on the opposite side, I'm gonna do a C pattern. So I already started on her right side. I'm just showing you just 1 or 2 last braids so you guys can get a better view of what it looks like. I'm adding jam to the base of her hair. I'm gonna comb out her hair, and then I'm going to braid. Now you can use any edge control of your choice that has a nice little shine to it. Makes the hairstyle look really, really neat. And also when you're working with girls with longer hair that's really thick and curly like my cousins, definitely always start from the roots to the tip. You start from the ends to the roots to help detangle their hair so it's not that much pressure on them when you're braiding their hair, especially if they're tender-headed. Hopefully I'm saying this correctly. Now on the opposite side of the S, I'm going to start parting the hair in a C shape, and I'm going to braid along that C pattern. Again, always making sure that I put jam on the base of her hair and then just braiding along. Now both hairstyles took me 45 minutes to an hour to do. One had extensions, so it took me a little bit longer, and this one doesn't have extensions, but she did have longer hair that needed to be detangled really well. And I had to take my time braiding both of them. So if your little ones is impatient, just let them know how many braids you have left, because that always helped when I was younger to hair. You have 3, 4, or 5 braids left, and you know how much longer to bear. So as you see, I'm just going to continue doing my C part, and I'm just braiding along that C part to create my hairstyle. Now when you're braiding your hair up into that bun, make sure you're braiding it up so it looks like it's going into a bun and not straight down like I did with the previous hairstyle. So I'm curving it into the ponytail that I want. So as you're going deeper and deeper into your ponytail, your part is going to be swooped even more so that it can go into the bun that you want to create. And just braiding right along that curve pattern. And then this is just a backward shot of me doing the back part of her hair, just making sure my parts are nice and clean, and then just braiding up into the ponytail. I also like to use a rat tail comb when I'm making my parts because I feel like my parts get a little bit neater. If you're working with someone with curly hair like my niece or my cousin, adding jam to the parts helps you see clearly if your part is straight enough, and it helps you out a lot. So this part I didn't realize that I was out of frame, but I'm just taking the hair that's all been braided into the ponytail and I'm going to make it into a bun. She also wanted jewels in her hair, so I added a couple of little jewels to her hair and then added some hairpins into her bun so it stays secure. And then I am done with that hairstyle. And she's also relieved too because she was suffering. So that's the end results of that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I tried to mimic some shots of her getting ready for school, but this is some 2 cute back to school hairstyles you guys can try on your little ones. Let me know if you've tried this hairstyle out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.